Hello friends, welcome back to my studio. Hope you're well. I still have the workers here, so I apologise for any background noise. Today I'd like to share with you some of the things I use as marketing and extra items I have when I have my studio open, things that people can purchase that double up as kind of goodwill things, as well as extra sales and perhaps what you'd call soft marketing, soft advertising. It is organised chaos in here as I get organised for the artist's market, where I've got finished work together with things that need doing. And I found this little teapot and jelly moulds at a local market, and they're just gorgeous. And it's inspired me perhaps to get back into some still life, rather like this one that you will recognize from previous vlogs. That was really groundbreaking, and I've decided to keep it because it's meant so much to me, that blue jug piece, of what it gave me to my art practice. So let's turn the camera around and have a look at some of the things I've got to show you today. The first thing I have is cards. I've done these for a long time and they're very popular. People love them. I just keep them as a blank note card. I do these via Vistaprint, and as long as your image is very good to begin with, they come up really very, very good. You can, I've just added this recent order. This card here has some markings on it, so I can't use that, but I've got about 200 cards in all of different designs, and yeah, one is marked. The shrinkage on that is not too bad. So in the old style card, I played around with having my name on the back, plain, and then I had plain, and then I realized I could put something on the back. I started putting my phone number, which I don't want to advertise for spam reasons, but yeah, my socials and my phone number. And this time around, I've decided to put the painting and the painting's title along with the website and just the socials that I'm on these. Not on Facebook so much these days, so I've put YouTube there instead. Created a little logo, and yeah, I think that looks much nicer than, you know, this is potential space to use. It's not much more to get the back printed. So again, just plain. So the full painting, plain, and then a little bit of information. People love these. They buy quite a few at a time. They're often buying for a gift, and then they'll keep one for themselves. And there's nothing saying that you couldn't, these are a 4x6, so you could put them in a frame as a little artwork as well. At Vistaprint, these envelopes come with, as you're ordering, they come with for free. And so I just pop them in there as well. So it's a complete card. I sell these at the moment for $6. Depending on how many you buy in a set, they can cost me about $1. So it's a pretty good profit margin on them. I don't think they're worth more than $6 because of the size. And yeah, I get absolute heaps made in a whole range, all the landscapes, recent landscapes, and then the old teacup paintings that I used to do, the still lives. And yeah, they're very, very popular indeed. So and that one you will have seen before. So if I just zoom out, this is the box. There's 5 of each design in this. I've got heaps more than that. It's not necessarily a good idea to have you know, say 50 of everything out on show, because it loses its uniqueness and its value. So I try to just have a few of each, and as they're selling, I can just top this up as we're going. Another couple of things to note is this is the old version of this card. This painting's called Shirley. I still own this one as well. I'm keeping this one. And I did notice that this is quite dark, and that was my fault because of the photograph I'd taken of this painting. It is a round painting, it's on a round canvas. And then I actually had to make some adjustments. I don't use any fancy software, just in the photos you can make adjustments on contrast and color saturation and things, and I just lightened it up a little bit so that shadow area wasn't so dark. And so I've done a print run of these. So this card's now obsolete. It's also the old design. This one has got, this is the current layout, and it's pretty simple once you've got the template set up on Vistaprint to just add these images into your card, and away you go. So these are the envelopes that come for free with the cards, and these are the plastic pockets, or they're a cellophane, and I will link everything in the description for you. They're a cellophane sealable pocket, and they're the exact size for the envelope and the card, and they have this little sticky section. You pull that tab off, fold that down and seal it, and I have found this will reseal. They say they're resealable, and they certainly are. Up to quite a few times I've changed designs out of pockets and things like that, so they are great. They're from Cello King. The cards come like this from Vistaprint, and they're a note card, and they already have an embossed line. I'll see if the camera can pick that up. There's an embossed line where it will naturally fold on that line, so they're really simple to prepare. So fold it up, envelope inside, and I like to put the seal part of the envelope on the back, so when you're looking at the front you've got this really nice neat edge, rather than, you know, something like that. Looks much nicer with it tucked in and then into your cellophane bag. And the same thing, I make sure the fold down section is at the back, and I think it looks really great too. It protects the cards so people can handle them and have a good look, and it also makes it show what it would look like behind glass if you did want to frame it up. And yeah, they're really simple and easy, and people really love them. They're really popular. They go really, really well. The other thing I get is postcards. They're the same, roughly the same size, slightly bigger because they're a postcard, and you can get things on the back. I get these plain because I let people take these for free, and I put a stamp on the back. I had this stamp made, and I make sure I use archival ink. Got this from Zazzle. It took ages to come because I had somehow ordered it from the Ireland site instead of the Australian division of Zazzle, but it's a lovely stamp. The ink came with it, and I'm putting this on everything these days, so it just helps. It's got my name, logo, and the website for people. So again, people love taking these. Yes, I could charge for them, but it's a bit of a goodwill thing. Thanks for coming to visit the studio, and here's a little keepsake from it. Helps give them a good experience where they might return, they might go to the website and buy something. They might tell their friends about it. Again, they're about $1, so it's not a huge outlay to have these around. And you never know who else might see these that haven't come to the studio, that are visiting their friend and see it. So yeah, I think it's a really nice thing to provide for people. Of course, business cards are a great idea as well. And this is my card. And I've got, again, the website and socials listed on the back. The other thing I decided to have available in the studio were gift cards. This is straight from the Vistaprint template, the envelope. I thought it was lovely and it really suited my work at the time. And again, my business card. So once you've kind of got things starting to happen, you can see how easy it is to build, and Vistaprint has so many options for things. So this is hasn't really been a popular thing, but it's nice to have it available that someone might. I've certainly had people come to the studio who their family member collects my art and they're wanting to perhaps buy a piece for them. They can't make a decision. They can always buy a gift voucher, and then that person can come or via the website can make a purchase. So they're nice to have. It's just plain on the back. The new thing I'm adding this year is bookmarks. I got just 4 versions, which are these here, and they're just a section of each painting, and I've tried to then match one of the colours that are in the painting I've put on the back, and just a simple logo and name are on those. And so yeah, they're all slightly different colours on the back because I've matched. So same template, so really easy once you're in, but then yeah, I've got these different colours that are picking out colours on the actual card. And what I thought I would do is sell them as a little set like this. So a pack of 4. I haven't decided on price yet, but I will trial these at the artist market that I'm doing. And I'm just using these pieces of paper that came wrapped around the envelopes. I'm just cutting them in half, and they wrap around to hold those together. And I'm using these stickers that I got. I've used these stickers from Vistaprint a lot. When someone buys something in the studio from me, I've got these bags. They've got a little sticker on them, and I always put a business card and a postcard in that bag, as well as extra little goodies that they receive. If the artwork is too big to go in a bag, these still go in, but they're wrapped all together. So the sticker sheets, again, are really, really cheap, and they're just a nice little thing to add. And I think that actually looks quite nice as a little set. And the last thing I've got to show you today is this little booklet that I created through Canva, through a free account. I thought it would be fun to have a little booklet. I've always wanted to have a book that, an art book that is my art. And so I very quickly had to play around in Canva. I use Canva to create all the thumbnails for the vlogs, so I know my way around basically. And yeah, I made this little book, and again, just picking out a colour from one of the paintings that share the page, and I've got a QR code there that directs to the website, little logo. Yeah, I think it's turned out. I just got the one, so it was really expensive. It's about $30. So I certainly wouldn't be selling it for that. If I was to go ahead with it, obviously I would order an absolute heap of them, and that would then bring the price right down where I could have them available. A little bit disappointed that the registration here is not printed quite right. I don't know whether that's me or not. I will have to go back and check that. That's why it's always good to have a sample. And it's well stapled by the look, so that's good, and it's stapled in the correct place. They got the pages all in the correct place. That's all fine. It's just this registration, but as I say, it could be me. But what do you think? Would that be a valuable thing that you would do with your art? It was very quick to put together. So yeah, there's some ideas for you on items that you can add quickly and easily into your things you have on offer. While I was editing, I realised I forgot one thing. I mentioned the teacup paintings, and these are tea towels that I had made. If I zoom out, you can see the whole thing. They're a linen cotton blend, 50-50. They're a really super great quality. They wash up really well. But what I've found, people don't want to use them as tea towels. They want to keep them as a piece of artwork. And these do really, really well. They're pretty expensive to get done. They're about $25 and I sell them for $30. But a bulk order, I can get the price down to about $19. But it is a big, big outlay. But yeah, you can see the quality. They're a digital print rather than screen printing would have been the old way to do it. And the digital printing is much quicker and cheaper to do, so becomes a bit more affordable. I love this area of this painting. Yeah, so that's yet another way to utilise your art. I hope you found that useful and you go and make wonderful cards and bookmarks and things with your own art. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely week and I shall see you next week. Bye.